It's Wednesday night, Rebel fans, and we're live from the Fish House in West Monroe for Inside Rebel Football. Stay locked in on LA 105 as the Rebels break down the upcoming matchup. Now, here's the voice of the Rebels, Jim Norris. The voice of the Rebels, Jim Norris.
And thank you, Big Jim. We are indeed live at Inside Rebel Football at the Fish House, where Rebels fans talk football. I'm Jim Norris, your host, joined by head coach DeMichael Dizer. Welcome back, Coach.
How we doing?
Doing well, doing well. It's time for the Coach's Corner. We're not just building a team, but we're building a program. Come join us each Wednesday night. Wear your favorite West Monroe High School gear. Get 15% off. Before we turn the page and look forward to the big game against Ruston, let's look back at that performance against Neville High School. It was, 22-19?
Yes, sir.
First loss in district, but all of our goals, if I'm not mistaken, are still ahead of us, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. You know, we set out to win every ball game, and you know that was our approach Friday night. Unfortunately, we came up on the losing side of things, but everything that we aspire to attain this season is still out in front of us, still in our control, and so we'll approach Friday night's ball game with that same mindset.
I want to make sure that I welcome our cheerleaders that are with us tonight, Kate Turpin and Caroline Johnston.
Yeah.
So giving them a nice round of applause. You know, we had a chance to talk to you immediately after the game, but now after you've had some time to reflect, I guess maybe almost a week, your thoughts on the performance against the Neville Tigers, a really good football team.
Yeah, you know, we knew Neville was going to be a war going into it, and we tip our hat to them. I think they came out in the first quarter and executed their offense and defense a little bit better than got a 14-point lead, and our kids responded like they normally do. And you know, we just had some miscues here and there, kind of down the stretch, and we kind of let that game get away from us. But our kids fought and they battled all the way through to the end of it. And like I said, it was just a few little execution things here and there that we kind of missed on.
Well, you talk about you know, establishing momentum, and then sometimes you have to, you know, to gain momentum, overcome the other team's momentum. You went down 14-0, but then you came back and you stopped their momentum, and you had momentum, and you had the lead 19-14.
Right, and again, you know, it comes down to our kids understand how to overcome momentum when it goes to the other sideline, and so they did that. They executed that. But when you're in this district and competitive as it is, you're going to have to execute consistently down the stretch. And we missed a few plays here and there. And you know, when you're playing good teams, it's going to be hard to come out on the winning end.
Yeah, and I don't know if people really understand just how good this district is. And, you know, you and I have talked about it, but to me, with maybe the exception of Pineville, don't mean a whole lot of disrespect there, but any team in this district can beat the other one on any given Friday night.
Absolutely, and that's no different than last week. What you saw was, you know, two really good teams going to war, and that's kind of been the case all season in district, and it won't be any different this Friday when we go to Ruston.
But the good thing is that if you can compete with the teams in this district, you can compete with anybody in 5A football.
Right, and, you know, and a lot of times your toughest games as it relates to playoffs might be during district play. So our district will have us well prepared for the playoffs down the stretch.
We talked to you a little bit about the decision at the end of the game. What was it? You had the ball at the 35-yard line or thereabouts, 4th and 5. Not a whole lot of time left. You decided to kick the field goal. Of course, you had Hunter Fox, who boomed one from about 38 yards previously. As opposed to going for it on 4th and 5, take us through that decision.
Well, we knew we were right there on the edge of his range on 3rd down, and we gained enough yards on that down to kind of put us right there at a 45-yard attempt. We've seen him make, you know, 50-yarders before, and we know that's kind of about where his limit is in a ball game. And you know, just kind of the sequence of events, the way it played out, we felt comfortable if we could get that field goal. We felt really good about going into overtime against them, and so that's kind of was the forefront of my decision on kicking that field goal.
You know, the positives taken away from a loss. Sometimes you learn a lot more from a loss than you do a win. What are some of the positive things that you took away from your team's performance?
Well, again, you know, they're going to compete. They're going to battle. We've seen that all year. You know, and another positive thing is just how they fought for one another. No matter what the situation was, down 14, backed up with our back against the wall because coach done got another flag or whatever it is. You know, our kids respond, and they do a good job of that.
Yeah, I won't go back on those calls because we had the chance to see it. And, you know, you know, the officials, they have a tough job, but might have missed one or two in that ball game. Well, Coach, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Red Zone Rebels and offensive coordinator Taylor Birch right after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, the proud owner of Coney Island Connection. For nearly 20 years now, we've served the Oklahomites with our fast, friendly service and our famous chili cheeseburgers and our famous chili cheese dogs. Well, the chili is homemade. I'm asking you to stop by today and give us a try. We also serve hot tamales, roast beef po' boy, fried pickles, and much more. We even serve funnel cake fries here at Coney Island Connection on the corner of North 7th and Arkansas Road.
While nobody's here, I'm gonna go work on this jingle.
Rob, wait. You can't do a jingle with just drums.
We look up and there's no Rob.
I'm a pretty good drummer. I've tinkered with the guitar.
He's back there trying to write a jingle.
We haven't heard any part of the jingle either. I don't think it exists.
He spends a lot of time on it.
Payroll is 5 days late.
They don't understand. I'm an artist.
He can't pry himself away from those drums long enough to write a paycheck.
I think it needs more cowbell.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Turner, owner of Pure Drip Wellness, located on North 7th Street in West Monroe. If you're looking for a better way to recover, recharge, and feel your best, we've got you covered. Start with our infrared sauna, where gentle heat helps you detox, improve circulation, and relax from the inside out. Next, step into our cold plunge, a powerful way to boost energy, speed up muscle recovery, and reduce inflammation. And for the ultimate reset, try our isolation tank. It's a peaceful float therapy experience that helps clear your mind, reduce stress, and leave you feeling refreshed. So whether you're focused on wellness, recovery, or just need a break from the everyday hustle, come see us at Pure Drip Wellness in West Monroe. Book your session today by calling or visiting our website.
We're the best at Next. Why? Because for 120 years and counting, helping you reach your next milestone is what we do best. At Century Next Bank, we offer tailored solutions for what's next in your life. From personal checking accounts, to home loans, to small business growth. We're focused on your next step forward. Your dreams don't wait, and neither should your bank, because you deserve a partner who knows how to handle next. Century Next Bank, what's next for you? Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Rebel fans, Coach DeMichael here, inviting you to join us every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Fish House in West Monroe for Inside Rebel Football.
We'll have some great food with some discounts and an open mic segment, even some drawings for the Rebel giveaways. Wednesday night just got a lot more fun.
The Fish House, where West Monroe talks football.
Back to Jim Norris.
All right, welcome back to Inside Rebel Football. We're live at the Fish House where Rebel fans talk football. Red Zone Rebels is our next segment with offensive coordinator Taylor Birch. And, of course, I know for you it's got to be a little weird, talking about the Neville Tigers so much, being a Neville Tiger yourself. But going back to that football game, I asked the coach, we talked to you as well after the game. You've had a chance to reflect a little bit. The week has gone by and your focus, I know, has shifted to Ruston, obviously. But looking back on the Neville game, What are your thoughts on your team offensively?
The big things taken away, like Coach Dizer said, was from an execution standpoint. And, from the start, we had a slow start. We had 4 straight 3-and-outs. Just every time we felt like we had something to start, we'd go backwards and just all set, get behind the chains, and then weren't able to pop 1 or 2 to get a rhythm going. And so, from a planning standpoint, that's just, something we learned of a chink in our own armor that we went right back to the drawing board Sunday and prepared to, if Ruston comes back with a similar plan for us, then, we've got to have answers for it. And so luckily, like you said, we were able to bounce back and create some momentum of our own and regain the lead in the second half. But you can't start slow and expect to win big games like that. And so that's been a big point of emphasis, is not only execution, but execution early for us this week.
Well, it's certainly easier to win them when you start a little better than when you come from behind. But give your football team a lot of credit. They do have a lot of resiliency, and they did come back. Were they doing anything, Neville, to stop Christian Pawnee? I mean, he was the guy. It looked like they were kind of keying on. I don't know if they were blitzing on first down or whatever, but
they were more than they showed a little bit in early down situations. And so the plan kind of adjusted pretty quick in early down things, and caught us a bit by surprise just because it was something they hadn't shown and we weren't used to. And so it took some tinkering here early in the first couple of drives. You saw a little bit of, do we stick to the plan, or do we, change based on what they're doing? Because, we've had success with things of staying true to what we do. And so, that's that kind of little cat and mouse in the first quarter. We played a little bit. And again, you get a first down or two in those first couple of drives, first few drives, you're able to see, okay, what does work? Let's stick with that. Let's do this off of that. But, again, those first 4 drives, 3 and out, nothing got going. And so it was just tough. And, luckily in the second quarter we were able to find something to get us a spark.
Yeah, you certainly did, and you scored 19 straight points. Your defense got you some points, but you had some opportunities down the field, so the plays were there. Sure. Speaking of plays down the field, how about the one Trez Davis made?
He did. That was a heck of a play. That was one that we repped all week from under center, and then all of a sudden we caught it from the sideline, and Brady goes out there and gets in the gun, and here we go. But we trust him, and he gets out and gets it off, and we feel like if you can get it off to number 4 in one-on-one coverage, we feel good about that matchup. And
they talk about 50-50 balls. Receiver, defensive back. With him, it's not much of a 50-50 ball, is it?
It hasn't proven to be, luckily for us. So.
They're wrapping this up, but I've got to ask about the play, the Keedron McNeil,
Sure.
the halfback pass. Man, that was a thing of beauty.
That O-line coach John Barron drew that up on Sunday. He said, how about a toss pass? I said, all right, show me what you got. And we figured that one out, and, figured, play side not really going to get a good opportunity to get Trez open on something like that. So we brought him from the backside, and Key, we knew from last year Key could throw it. We had one in the books last year for him, and we found an opportunity for him to execute it.
So on Sunday before the Friday game, that play was not in the playbook?
No, we created that on Sunday. We had an O-line coach create that one.
Well, I tell you what, that was a great job, and I'll get a chance hopefully a little later on to talk about, you've got your notes on Ruston. Sure. I know that's going to be a big challenge. We've got to take a break. We'll be back with more Inside Rebel Football. Rebels on the Rise Offensive Player Spotlight. It's going to be on Kane Parks when we come back. Stay with us.
Does your boat need electronics, shallow water anchors, or any other accessories you can think of? Well, let Hooked Up Marine Products in Western Road help.
They'll have your back faster than you can cast a line. At Hooked Up Marine, you'll find fast, dependable service.
We offer certified service on all brands, like Garmin, Lowrance, Humminbird, and Power Pole. Hooked Up will get you hooked up with batteries, lifetime rigging, and warranty on all installs.
Hooked Up Marine is local, they're dependable, they love our West Monroe Rebels, so stop in and see them on North 7th Street here in West Monroe. Go Rebs.
Catch us Friday night as the Rebels travel to face off against the Ruston Bearcats. I'm Jim Norris, inviting you to join Darren Moody, Lane Little, and me for all the exciting play-by-play on LA 105.3. Go Rebels!
back to Jim Norris.
All right, welcome back, indeed, to Inside Rebel Football live here at the Fish House, where Rebel fans talk football. Rebels on the rise. The offensive player spotlight is squarely on Kane Parks. Kane, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
All right, well, you look excited.
Yeah.
Sound excited. What it's like to be in their shoes. These Rebels tell it straight. I would ask you what it's like to be in your shoes, but you don't have any shoes on.
I got some sandals on.
Okay.
Pretty comfy.
All right. Well, tell me, 6'4", 267-pound, senior offensive line. What position on that offensive line do you play?
I play right tackle.
Right tackle. What's key or critical for a right tackle?
You're kind of on an island out there when you're a tackle, kind of by yourself on pass plays. Got to have good feet, good pad level, just make plays.
You got to have a little nasty streak in you too as well.
Nasty.
Something about those offensive linemen, they've got a little mean streak, you know.
They do.
Their mamas might not admit it, but these guys can play. Tell me about his performance this year, Coach.
Been a great job, and the big thing for Kane, he's done such a good job since January of earning it. Not only a spot on the field, but, here we are 3 weeks in a row. His name's been up for Player of the Week 3 weeks in a row, and finally he's earned it. And so, we challenged him after last season to get in that weight room and grind, and he responded very well. And there were just some things last year that he, fell short on. That in the offseason he did a really good job closing that gap. And then when we started the season this year, it was quick that, hey, Kane's going to be a key piece for us, and he's continued to prove that.
Well, you didn't tell me that. You were holding out on me. Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week, Kane Parks. Give it up. Tell me about that matchup with Neville. What was that like? Man, it was a war, it seemed like.
Went in, I watched a lot of film, kind of saw what they were doing. They were everything I expected. They were good players, but I held my own. I mean, I did good. I think our O-line did good. Had a couple hiccups with blitz and backers, but other than that, this best O-line.
Where would you rank Neville in terms of the football teams, particularly the defensive lines you faced this year?
Defensive lines.
I mean, you've gone up against some good ones this season.
They're up. They're probably maybe a top 5.
This week, you've got the Ruston Bearcats. So what's going to be the big challenge?
They got 90. He's pretty good. The coach is talking him up a lot, but we got the best O-line in the state, so it ain't going to be nothing.
I love it. He's got some confidence. I love that. You're going there. You're going to play Ruston at their place. Any different mindset when you have to go on the road like that in a big district contest?
Same mindset. Stay focused. All our rules are going to be the same. Just go out there and compete and have fun, and let us eat.
So you're a senior in this Rebel football program. What's it like to have been a part of this program the last several years?
It's been great. I've grown a lot as a person and as a player. I've learned a lot through football. I've met a lot of friends. The brotherhood that we got as a team is like nothing other. I love it.
They tell me you're artistic. And you smile a little bit. They tell me you love to rap. Do you have anything that we can take this out?
No.
You don't have anything to give us?
No.
All right. Well, if you think of something, you let me know. We're going to take a break. That's Kane Parks, Rebels on the Rise Offensive Player Spotlight. We'll be back with Behind the Blitz right after this timeout. Just stay with us. Inside Rebel Football on LA 105.3.
Coach, look what I got. The Rocket Fast Playbook.
That's awesome, Sport. What does it say?
First, you get him in the tunnel. Second, you blindside him with the wall of foam. Third, you call an audible. Then comes the Hail Mary. You hit him with the fast pass. Coach, it's brilliant. No dirty opponent stands a chance against Rocket Fast.
Hey, that's my playbook. Where'd you get that? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just sing the song.
Rocket Fast. It's a blast, and your vehicle is clean.
We're the best at Next. Why? Because for 120 years and counting, helping you reach your next milestone is what we do best. At Century Next Bank, we offer tailored solutions for what's next in your life. From personal checking accounts, to home loans, to small business growth. We're focused on your next step forward. Your dreams don't wait, and neither should your bank, because you deserve a partner who knows how to handle next. Century Next Bank, what's next for you? Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Home Improvement Outlet has a must-see iron door collection. Whether you're a homeowner or a builder, we have the perfect iron door for you. And check out our cutting-edge smart glass option, offering privacy and style at the touch of a button. With many glass options available, you can customize your door to match your unique style. We have iron doors that pivot, slide, and so much more. The Home Improvement Outlet in West Monroe.
Now cue that jingle.
The Home Improvement Outlet, you're building for less.
You can tell a lot about a man in the weight room. His strength, discipline, and heart. And John Brascato, he's built for all three.
Supporting a program like this, you don't just stand on the sideline. It means showing up, putting in the work, and standing shoulder to shoulder with the team, just like I do for my clients. I'm John Brascato, a personal injury attorney serving families across Louisiana.
And I'm DeMichael Dizer, head football coach of your West Monroe Rebels. Around here, we believe in doing things the right way, on the field, in the classroom, and in life. John lives the same standards.
You show up for your team, and I'll show up for you. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you don't have to carry that weight alone. My team has your back.
All right, John, you ready to run the stadium?
I think I'm going to leave that to you, the Rebels, Coach. At Brascato Law, we've got your back, on and off the field.
Wrecked Auto, you already know. Call John Brascato.
Let's go, Rebels.
Thank you, Big Jim, and welcome back to Inside Rebel Football live here at the Fish House, where Rebel fans talk football behind the blitz with defensive coordinator Rob Allers. Rob, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jim. Good to be back.
Good to have you back. Man, last week started quick, kind of in the wrong way. We looked up and it was 14-0. Man, what were you thinking at that point?
Yeah, I mean, they came out and punched us in the mouth pretty quick, and we weren't quite ready to play yet. We talked about that all week. There was a couple little mistakes here and there, and when you're playing a good team, they're going to capitalize on that, and it kind of bit us in the butt.
It's funny how these young teenagers, even though you can try to prepare them and tell them what's coming on, sometimes they're not quite ready for it. But you guys responded.
Yeah. My hat's off to those guys. Just like D-Mike talks about, our kids are going to play hard every week. That's just kind of in our DNA, and just a couple mistakes here and there we got to clean up and. Not start off 14 down.
Well, he came back with a field goal, and then the defense really took over. They had that safety, and I'm not so sure if he had a good snap. You were coming after that punt, it looked like.
Yeah, we were definitely coming after it, trying to, get some momentum on our side of the ball. And he snapped it over the head. And, of course, we had a couple other plays here and there, too. They were going to run a fake punt, and we had the guy down, for a loss, and it was going to be on about the minus 30-yard line, and they had an offsides penalty. So
yeah, that's one of the few times a penalty on the other team actually benefits the other team because you would have had. I wondered. It looked like the punter was going to run the football, and I was curious as to your thoughts. But you think it was clearly a fake punt?
Yeah, clearly he was running the ball. Those guys were blocking for him, and he slipped, and, it is what it is.
Well, you had a matchup with number 13. I think his name was Zealand Young, and he's was about 6'3", and he was a load to cover. But I thought that Avery Lewis did an outstanding job on him.
I tell you what, he's 6'3" on paper, but he looked a lot taller when he was out there on that field. And even after the game, I talked to him. I was like, man, you're a lot taller than 6'3". And Avery played really well. He matched the guy's physicality. And we did a few things to kind of confuse them as well, try to keep them, guessing on what we were doing. And, we went out there and double covered them a little bit and played over the top with some safety a little bit. And so, made them guess on what was going on.
Well, when you played linebacker back in the day on that 93 state championship team, you had a guy right beside you. Old Darren Moody, and he was making calls for you up in the booth right now. He was trying to help you all that he could. But speaking of wideouts. You know, Zealand Young might have been 6'3", 6'4", but you got one this week that's about 6'8".
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do this week?
Well, you know, we're going to try to do more of the same, and you know, hopefully get after that quarterback and make him, you know, try to, you know, not have time to think about what he's going to do.
Kind of get him off the spot a little bit,
absolutely.
make him a little nervous. What makes that throw a little bit more difficult. Well, let me ask you this, Neville, and I wrote a note here, 30 carries, 92 yards. That's not a bad job up front by your defense.
Well, you know, we went into the game knowing we had to stop the run. You know, set our mind to, hey, we got to stop the run if we're going to win the game. And I thought we did a really good job of that. Even the pass as well. They got a couple big passes on us, but still we were able to, you know, to hold them 22 points. I felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it as well. It doesn't get any easier. You talked about this district. What's going to be the key defensively Friday night?
You know, I feel the same thing. Neville is very similar to, Ruston's very similar to Neville. We're going to have to stop the run and then, you know, make them throw the ball to beat us. And, you know, hopefully we can, you know, handle number 6 and number 1. They got another receiver, too, that's really good as well. So you can't just, you know, focus on that one receiver and the other one can burn you as well.
Yeah, lose sight of the others. Well, you excited?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, always. Always excited.
Well, good luck. Good luck, Coach. Give a nice round of applause for defensive coordinator Rob Arledge. We're going to take another break. Defensive Rebels on the rise. We're going to talk with Jackson Talley when we come back. Inside Rebel Football right here on LA 105.3.
While nobody's here, I'm going to go work on this jingle.
Rob, wait. You can't do a jingle with just drums.
We look up and there's no Rob.
I'm a pretty good drummer. I've tinkered with the guitar.
He's back there trying to write a jingle.
We haven't heard any part of the jingle either. I don't think it exists.
He spends a lot of time on it.
Payroll is 5 days late.
They don't understand. I'm an artist.
He can't pry himself away from those drums long enough to write a paycheck.
I think it needs more cowbell.
You can tell a lot about a man in the weight room. His strength, discipline, and heart. And John Brascato, he's built for all three.
Supporting a program like this, you don't just stand on the sideline. It means showing up, putting in the work, and standing shoulder to shoulder with the team, just like I do for my clients. I'm John Brascato, a personal injury attorney serving families across Louisiana.
And I'm DeMichael Dizer, head football coach of your West Monroe Rebels. Around here, we believe in doing things the right way, on the field, in the classroom, and in life. John lives the same standards.
You show up for your team, and I'll show up for you. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you don't have to carry that weight alone. My team has your back.
All right, John, you ready to run the stadium?
I think I'm going to leave that to you, the Rebels, Coach. At Brascato Law, we've got your back, on and off the field.
Wrecked auto, you already know. Call John Brascato.
Let's go, Rebels.
Catch us Friday night as the Rebels travel to face off against the Ruston Bearcats. I'm Jim Norris, inviting you to join Darren Moody, Lane Little, and me for all the exciting play-by-play on LA 105.3. Go Rebels!
With the coaches and players of the West Monroe Rebels. Now, back to Jim Norris.
And thank you, and welcome back to Inside Rebel Football live at the Fish House, where Rebel fans talk football. Defensive Rebels on the rise, and his name is Jackson Talley. Welcome, Jackson Talley, number 32, to the show. 5'11", 208-pound junior linebacker, had an outstanding game against the Neville Tigers. Bearcats, I'm thinking about this week already. 10 tackles last week, a couple of sacks, or a sack and a half. What was it like playing in Rebel Stadium against your rival, the Tigers?
There's no better feeling. It's just the competitiveness that our team showed was absolutely.
I'm going to try to put this a little bit closer to you. There we go.
There was nothing like it. The competitiveness that our team showed and the grit that we showed to fight down, even though the score didn't come out to what we wanted, I think we still played amazing.
How long have you played the linebacker position?
I've been playing linebacker since about middle school, but I fully transitioned over to it freshman year.
What other positions have you played?
I played fullback in middle school. Yes, sir.
There's something about fullbacks and linebackers. They kind of go hand in hand, don't they, Coach?
Absolutely. They both have a lot of the same traits.
What makes a good linebacker, Jackson?
You got to be very physical, and you have to be very mentally tough too. Like, you have to know how to read things very fast. You have to be very smart.
And on every play, you're right in the middle of the collision, of the violence that takes place on the field. You've got to love it.
Oh, I do.
You're the second leading tackler on the team. You lead the team in sacks and tackles for loss. But they also tell me you have another talent.
I do.
What is that?
Javelin.
Javelin. Now, how did you get in throwing the javelin?
I started doing it a long time ago, just like as a little side thing. Like from playing football, I just started getting out there throwing it, and I just fell in love with it.
But where did you find the javelin while you're throwing? I mean, playing football.
My dad just handed a little turbo jab to me one day and just said throw it, and I did, and I loved it.
Just on a whim.
Just went out there and threw it one day, and turned out I was good at it.
And just how good are you?
I like to be humble, but I'd say I'm pretty good.
Well, okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about that. They tell me that you compete nationally in the javelin competition.
Yes, sir.
Nationally. Do you hold any records?
Yes, I hold the AAU javelin record for my age group, 15-16, which is 65.12 meters, is 213 feet, 8 inches.
213 feet and 8 inches. He can throw the javelin. Folks, that far, that's pretty good, huh? I saw a picture of you, and you had just medal after medal after medal.
Yes, sir. I've racked up a couple of them.
What are your aspirations in that sport?
After high school, I'd love to go throw in college, and then if Jesus wills it, maybe throw in the Olympics one day.
I'd love to see you in the Olympics one day. Best of luck to you. What's it going to take against the Ruston Bearcats, not the Neville Bearcats, but the Ruston Bearcats, Friday night over at their place?
Our whole defense is going to have to be on the same page, and we're going to have to stop the run and like Coach said, make them throw the ball, and we're just going to have to out-physical them. We're going to have to want it more than they do.
Who's your position coach, by the way?
Coach Rob Larley.
All right, well, he was a pretty good linebacker in his day.
I've heard.
He's got a state championship ring to prove it. What's it been like coaching this young man, Coach?
Man, it's awesome. All three of the guys that play linebacker for us, Mason Willis, Elijah Thomason, all three of them, and Jackson, they're great kids. It's been awesome.
All right, well, keep up the good work and best of luck Friday night. Jackson Talley, defensive Rebels on the rise. We'll be back with more Inside Rebel Football right after this timeout.
Hey, Rebel fans, Coach DeMichael here, inviting you to join us every Wednesday night from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Fish House in West Monroe for Inside Rebel Football.
We'll have some great food with some discounts and an open mic segment, even some drawings for the Rebel giveaways. Wednesday night just got a lot more fun.
The Fish House, where West Monroe talks football.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Turner, owner of Pure Trip Wellness, located on North 7th Street in West Monroe. If you're looking for a better way to recover, recharge, and feel your best, we've got you covered. Start with our infrared sauna, where gentle heat helps you detox, improve circulation, and relax from the inside out. Next, step into our cold plunge, a powerful way to boost energy, speed up muscle recovery, and reduce inflammation. And for the ultimate reset, try our isolation tank. It's a peaceful float therapy experience that helps clear your mind, reduce stress, and leave you feeling refreshed. So whether you're focused on wellness, recovery, or just need a break from the everyday hustle, come see us at Pure Drip Wellness in West Monroe. Book your session today by calling or visiting our website.
Catch us Friday night as the Rebels travel to face off against the Ruston Bearcats. I'm Jim Norris, inviting you to join Darren Moody, Lane Little, and me for all the exciting play-by-play on LA 105.3. Go Rebels!
Players of the West Monroe Rebels. Now, back to Jim Norris.
Thank you, Big Jim, and welcome back to Inside Rebel Football. We're live at the Fish House, where Rebel fans talk football. The Rebels on the rise, and we have not a football player now, but we've got a Rebel Raider, Kendall Bennett. Give a nice round of applause to Kendall Bennett. And I had to check with you before during the break because I'd written some things down. They told me about you, and I was wondering, do we have 3 or 4 people, or is it just one? Miss West Monroe?
Yes, sir.
Homecoming queen?
Yes, sir.
Captain of the Raiders?
Yes, sir.
Wow, Coach.
Trifecta.
That's pretty impressive.
That's batting the cycle, ain't it?
So what was it? So how do they elect Miss West Monroe and the homecoming queen nowadays?
Miss West Monroe is voted on by the student body, mostly just the senior class. But this year for homecoming queen, instead, you know how like you nominate the homecoming court? They just took, I guess, whoever had the most votes and gave that person queen.
Wow. Well, congratulations
Well,
on that.
thank
I
you.
know that was quite an honor.
Yes, sir. Thank
What
you.
was that like?
It didn't feel real. I think I actually just froze up for a second, and I didn't know what was going on, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay. And then I just started walking down. Yes, sir.
So what's the difference between Miss West Monroe and homecoming queen?
You know, that is a really good question.
Okay, well, I thought I would ask. I mean, I know for the homecoming, you recognize for the court and for the homecoming activities, and I guess Miss West Monroe, that's for obviously the
whole
entire school
yeah.
for
Yes, sir.
the whole year. Well, that's quite an honor. So, Rebel Raiders.
Yes, sir.
Been around a little while. I made a note to begin maybe in 1968, 57 years maybe.
It's been a long time.
Mr. Lori Fry, what got you into dancing from a competitive standpoint like that?
Well, I started when I was about 8 years old, and my older brother, Peyton Bennett, who used to play football for the Raiders, I came to one of his games when I was little, and I just remember seeing the Raiders during I remember seeing the Raiders during halftime, and I looked up at my mom and I said, Mom, one day I'm going to be on that dance team.
Right there.
So,
You
yes,
saw
sir.
it. And so how long have you been on the Raiders or on a dance team or a dance line?
The Raiders, this is my 3rd year, and then before Raiders, I did Rebel Line for 1 year.
What do you enjoy the most about being a Raider?
The games. I absolutely love the football games and just cheering. Run through. I love run through and just like seeing the boys run through the tunnel. And the video that comes on before they start running through, I just love it.
Well, Coach, do you ever get the chance to see the Raiders perform? Or are you in there at halftime trying to tell your kids what to do next?
So most of the time, I get to see them perform in any pep rallies, and when they line up to do the line right before we run out, and I've had a chance to kind of, when we do Meet the Rebels and things like that in the gym, that's when I get an opportunity to see them perform. They do a really good job, good job.
When I went to Westmore a long time ago, but I mean the Raiders, I mean that's what everybody wanted to see, whether it was a performance at the school or during the games, which we didn't get to see much at halftime. They tell me you have a twin.
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
Kyle Bennett.
Is he here?
Yes, sir.
Where's
He's right there.
How about that Kyle Bennett? Does he play for the Rebels?
Yes, sir, he does.
All right, what number is he?
53.
All right, senior defensive lineman, so twin brother Kyle. And you had a couple of nice escorts.
Yes, sir, I did.
For the homecoming court. Who was that?
Lane Passman, and then, of course, my twin brother.
All right, that's pretty neat. That had to be special for you. Now, they tell me that you two had to dance at the end.
We did.
Now, that should come natural to you, but what about Lane?
You know, it was a little bit hefty. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was fun. I mean, at the beginning, we really didn't know what to do, but then we just got a hang of it.
All right, well, good. Do you guys get to dance over at Ruston this Friday?
No, sir. We do
Won't be
not.
able to? All right, well, we're going to have a home playoff game.
Absolutely.
Coach. All right, so you've got a few dances left in you, don't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you for being on the show, and congratulations, Miss West Monroe, homecoming queen and captain of the Rebel Raiders, Kendall Bennett. We'll be back with more Inside Rebel Football right after this timeout. Stay with us.
The Home Improvement Outlet has a must-see iron door collection. Whether you're a homeowner or a builder, we have the perfect iron door for you. And check out our cutting-edge smart glass option, offering privacy and style at the touch of a button. With many glass options available, you can customize your door to match your unique style. We have iron doors that pivot, slide, and so much more. The Home Improvement Outlet in West Monroe.
Now cue that jingle.
The Home Improvement Outlet, you're building for less.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, the proud owner of Coney Island Connection. For nearly 20 years now, we've served the Oklahomites with our fast, friendly service and our famous chili cheeseburgers and our famous chili cheese dogs. Well, the chili is homemade. I'm asking you to stop by today and give us a try. We also serve hot tamales, roast beef po' boy, fried pickles, and much more. We even serve funnel cake fries. here at Coney Island Connection on the corner of North 7th and Arkansas Road.
Does your boat need electronics, shallow water anchors, or any other accessories you can think of? Well, let Hooked Up Marine Products in West Monroe help.
They'll have your back faster than you can cast a line. At Hooked Up Marine, you'll find fast, dependable service.
We offer certified service on all brands like Garmin, Lowrance, Humminbird, and Power Pole. Hooked Up will get you hooked up with batteries, lifetime rigging, and warranty on all installs.
Hooked Up Marine is local, they're dependable, they love our West Monroe Rebels, so stop in and see them on North 7th Street here in West Monroe. Go Rebs!
Rebels. Now, back to Jim Norris.
And welcome back to Inside Rebel Football, live at the Fish House, where the Rebel fans talk football. Now our segment is the road to Friday, the matchup against the Ruston Bearcats' second road trip of the season.
Yeah.
But it's a big one. Everything's on the line. It's a final regular season game. Rebels 7-2, Bearcats 7-2, both 3-1 in district play. So I guess the district championship's on the line.
It's on the line. And again, our guys are focused on, just finishing this season, finishing the regular season district play. We want to finish on a positive note, and like we talked earlier, everything that we aspire to attain this season still in front of us, and Ruston's one of those things, and so we'll have that same mindset and approach to this ball game.
We lost a game earlier to North Dakota. Your team responded well to that loss this week. What's it been like in terms of preparation for the Ruston Bearcats?
Preparation has really been business as usual. Of course, the things that we see on film from the previous week, we want to highlight those things, make sure we go through the course of the week of correcting those mistakes. And the big emphasis this week has been execution. Can we execute on the first play, not have to run the play again? And so we want to make sure we do those things throughout the week in practice so that it's just an easier transition for us on Friday nights.
Well, why is that so difficult? I mean, you guys work on it, you prepare, you have the repetitions during practice. Why is execution so difficult once the lights turn on and it's Friday night?
Yeah, I think you have to do you got to do a really good job of trying to replicate the game setting as best you can, but we all know you can't do that.
It's almost impossible.
You can't do it, and so, some guys, it takes them a second to get the jitters out, when they get down there and it's 5,000-6,000 fans in there and then the band's going
and screaming,
and I'm over there screaming and beating people on the head and all this stuff, and, some guys get nervous, and it takes them a little while to get through that nervous stage, and that adrenaline wears off, and then they just get back to playing football.
And so once they get back to playing football, it's easier to execute.
That's absolutely right.
I got you. Well, how good is this Bearcat football team?
Ruston's got a culture. They're a physical football team. They're a very disciplined football team, and so this team this year falls right in line with what they've always had. You look at their roster, they've got some first-year guys playing. I think I've counted 28 seniors on their football team. But this team is accustomed to winning. They've been to the Dome 3 times, and so these kids are accustomed to winning. So this is a good football team.
Yeah, and that's what I think it strikes me about this team is that you keep hearing, well, they're going to be rebuilding this year, but they just keep winning.
Finding a way.
And finding a way to get back to the Dome. When's the last time we beat these guys?
I believe it was 22. 22. I think we went over there and beat them in 22.
All right, so I wrote 2021. I knew we beat them in 21. I didn't know if we beat them since then or not. But it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Since we defeated the Ruston Bearcats. What about that big wide receiver they have? How tall is this kid?
Well, he's on paper at 6'8". You look on film, and he looks 6'8". So, he's going to do what he does. We got to minimize, how much damage he can do in the ball game. He's a heck of an athlete. He's a really good player, a good high-character kid, too. And so, he's going to make some plays, but we're going to do a good job of trying to minimize how much damage he can do down the field.
Yeah, I think he's committed to LSU by most reports. Avery Lewis, Did y'all match him up with Zealand, number 13 for the Tigers last week?
Yeah, you know, pretty much all year we've kind of moved Avery around toward the other team's best receiver, kind of when we can from week to week. But, you know, Avery's done a really good job going against some really good receivers. The kid from Ash, front note, he was locked up on him. And the guy, they had, Catholic had a 6'5" guy they were putting out there.
That's right, I remember that.
Him. So Avery's had his hands full all season. And so
but he loves it, doesn't he?
He loves it. He loves it. He's confident in himself, and he needs to be. And so we hope he has a really good game.
What about Q Carter? Is he going to be back?
You know, Q went through practice today. We'll kind of see how he looks and feel tomorrow, and it'll be a game-time decision on him.
Any other players that are questionable coming into Friday night's contest?
You know, there's a few bumps and bruises on some guys, but I think everybody's going to be ready to roll.
All right, you feeling good about the Ruston Bearcats?
Feeling really good.
All right, well, if you're feeling good, I'm feeling good.
There we go.
All right, Coach, we're going to be back with the Rebel Nation Q&A right after this timeout. You're listening to Rebel Football on LA 105.3.
Coach, look what I got. The Rocket Fast playbook.
That's awesome, Sport. What does it say?
First, you get him in the tunnel. Second, you blindside him with the wall of foam. Third, you call an audible. Then comes the Hail Mary. You hit him with the fast pass. Coach, it's brilliant. No dirty opponent stands a chance against Rocket Fast.
Hey, that's my playbook. Where'd you get that? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just sing the song.
Rocket Fast. It's a blast. And your vehicle is clean.
Does your boat need electronics, shallow water anchors, or any other accessories you can think of? Well, let Hooked Up Marine Products in Western Road help.
They'll have your back faster than you can cast a line. At Hooked Up Marine, you'll find fast, dependable service.
We offer certified service on all brands, like Garmin, Lowrance, Humminbird, and Power Pole. Hooked Up will get you hooked up with batteries, lifetime rigging, and warranty on all installs.
Hooked Up Marine is local, they're dependable, they love our West Monroe Rebels, so stop in and see them on North 7th Street here in West Monroe. Go Rebs.
While nobody's here, I'm gonna go work on this jingle.
Rob, wait. You can't do a jingle with just drums.
We look up and there's no Rob.
I'm a pretty good drummer. I've tinkered with the guitar.
He's back there trying to write a jingle.
We haven't heard any part of the jingle either. I don't think it exists.
He spends a lot of time on it.
Payroll is 5 days late. They don't understand. I'm an artist.
He can't pry himself away from those drums long enough to write a paycheck.
I think it needs more cowbell.
American Mattress Outlet.
Back to Jim Norris.
Thank you, Big Jim. We're indeed live back at the Fish House inside Rebel Football. We're Rebel fans talk football. It's time, Rebel Nation, for the Q&A, question and answer session. This is your team, your questions. So let's hear it, Rebel Nation. Our fan of the week is Patty Thurman. Give her a nice round of applause. Of course, Patty is no stranger to West Monroe High School, the Rebels, or high school football, high school sports, for that matter. Patty, welcome to the show. Thanks for being our fan of the week.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know whether to call you Patty Thurman or Miss Bayou Jam.
I answer to either one of them.
Bayou Jam, you know, if it's not the biggest promoter of high school sports in the area, it's one of the biggest. Tell us briefly about Bayou Gym and how you got started in that.
Yeah, well, this is our 20th year coming up, so really excited. 20 years. 20th year
wow.
anniversary, yeah. So we're really excited about that, and you know, we look at it as the kickoff of high school football, and we bring in 16 teams from across North Louisiana, and we host a high school jamboree at one of the local colleges. Sometimes it's been at ULM, the majority, but we've had it at Louisiana Tech, and we really just try and take those guys and put them in a great atmosphere and let them play football and kick off the season, and it's a lot of fun.
How did you get into the Bayou Gym yourself?
Well, it actually started when I was working at St. Francis Medical Center, and you know, funny enough, I went to Coach Showles and asked him, I said, look, is this something that you'd be interested in doing? And he was the last coach that I went to because everybody told me, don't go see Coach Showles. You know, he's not going to play in your jamboree. And I knocked on about 50 doors, and they all told me no. And he sat down in front of me, and for whatever reason, he said, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's going to make some people mad, but I'll do it. And he said, but we're going to have a lot of fun. And then he told me, he said, you go back and you see these other 6 guys, and they'll play in your jamboree when you tell them that I said yes. And they sure enough
They did?
And they did.
Well,
Yeah.
and then it's been the rest is history, huh?
And it's all history. It's been a great experience for me. I'm so excited for the first time this year. Our youngest one, after 20 years, you know, we put 3 kids through the West Monroe program. Case played high school football at West Monroe, Peyton cheered, and now Brody, and for the first time I had one play in it. I've, you know, been part of it, organizing it for 20 years, and this is the first year.
That's got to be pretty cool.
It was very
I know
cool.
that was
Yeah.
fun. I was going to talk about that. You know, we looked at, or we got a chance to talk with Kendall Bennett. She was Miss West Monroe. You had a couple of sons who were Mr. West Monroe.
We did.
That's
We're
pretty
so
incredible.
proud of them. It's incredible. We are so proud of both of them. I feel so blessed, you know, all 3 of our kids. We're so thankful for them. I look at them and I think, gosh, I don't know what we did, but we really were blessed with 3 great children.
Absolutely. So when did you become a Rebel fan?
You know, we moved here from South Louisiana, from Baton Rouge, and I can remember Christopher working at West Monroe PD, coming home talking about football, saying that he was, you know, this is unbelievable, and he was, you know, working security for the games, and he really kind of brought me into the atmosphere of it. So I would say probably around 96, I really do. I think it was around 96 that he really started talking about it. 96 to 98 is when we became big fans.
So what are some of your best memories thus far?
Really, some of my best memories are going down to the Dome with Carissa, your wife, and Lynn McGee, and we had great times. I mean, really good memories, and raising your kids, you know, through the system, and they cannot wait to become a Rebel. And then finally it gets there, and I think it is so much fun for the parents to go through the process as well. I mean, they couldn't wait for it, but we couldn't wait for it either.
Yeah, it was just a community thing. Everybody enjoyed it. Coaching, we used to get our reservations for the Dome probably around September or October every year.
We'll get back to that.
Get back to that. We're getting back to that. All right, well, Patty, you got a chance. You can ask the coach anything you want to at this point in time. Before we open it up, we got a man, Lane Little, here, and he's got the mic. But anything you want to ask him?
Probably one of the questions that I've had is, you know, you took over a program that's really rich in tradition. We've got a lot of history, but as your first year coming in as head coach, you've definitely, you know, taken a lot of opportunity to put your mark on some things. What is something as a tradition that you have done this year that we may or may not know about that you're really proud of, that you've created yourself this year?
Most of the things that I've done tradition-wise are within our football team. You know, for example, you know, the Sunday meetings, when we meet as a team, it's a Sunday meeting and we're talking about football, but I like to make it seem more like it's a family gathering. We're getting on the same page, win, lose, or draw. Things that need to be spoken about, we speak about, and we hold each other accountable. You know, we hadn't always done that in the past, and I feel like our coaches, they believe in that. They like that we do that. Our players really like that we do that, and I think that's something that, you know, our football team really gels us. They know exactly what's on my mind, and I want them to have the same freedom to tell me exactly what's on their mind. And so just those team meetings on Sundays.
That's great.
Yeah, I get a sense when I ask the kids about what they enjoy playing, they talk about the brotherhood.
Yeah.
And I get a sense that some of that probably comes from those Sunday meetings.
Yeah, it's open door. It's open mic. You know, let's get it out there. You know, before we move on and go to the next week. And you know, I think like I said, our coaches enjoy it, our players enjoy it, and it's made us a stronger football team.
Well, speaking of open door and open mic, we're fixing to open it up.
Oh yeah,
you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All
let's
right.
do it.
Where's Lane Little? There he is.
Thank you, Jim.
Take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. And for those listening and that are not here with us, y'all feel free to come on out every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock here at Fish House. Wear your West Monroe Rebel gear. You'll get 15% off. And come meet these players. Come meet this team as we go into the playoffs. Get behind them. We're going to start with Coach Bird.
Coach Bird.
I got two.
Uh-oh.
All right, the first, Coach Saban always said that media and press was like rat poison. So this last week, West Monroe in some of the things went up to #1 in the power ratings. All the articles, everything was about how good we were. Do you think that affected our players' attitudes going into the game Friday night?
You know, I tried to do a really good job all year of not prescribing to the rat poison. But it's human nature. It's human nature for people to find complacency and success. And so as coaches, we have to do a really good job of making sure our players stay focused on the process each week and not so much the outcome of the previous ball game. But I think it's just human nature when you see it everywhere. Every news channel wants to come talk, and we're interviewing kids, and we're doing that. So I'm not going to necessarily say that's the sole reason, but I do believe, it's human nature. It's really hard to overcome that. You got to be a very disciplined person to avoid doing that.
All right. And I promised my husband I would not throw any numbers out there that could be detrimental. From where I sat, it looked like Coach Birch changed the play about 80% less than he did in the previous games. Do you think the noise kind of got in his head of people yelling, wanting him to get the plays in quicker?
When you say change the play,
He will call, they will signal play in, and sometimes they call a different play in after that one. He did that 80% less against Neville than he did the previous
Are you
game.
talking about getting up to the line of scrimmage, having a play, and then looking to the sideline?
Oh yeah, so that's situational football. That's him being aware that Neville's may move around, show us one look that they're not actually going to play, and so we call a play in, get us in a formation. We'll do basically it's called check with me, and then we check back to the sideline, and then we run the play we want. That's typical to see.
Can my
Yes,
mama,
they've got something for you. They want to present
my
to
mama
you.
said you had a terrible week. I got up and asked you questions. She brought you a gift, and Miss Shirley said to remind you, just turn around and wave, and she'll come handle those.
That's right. I was looking for Miss Shirley last week. Yeah.
What do we got? Oh, those,
what we got here?
zebra cake.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
It's going to be a good party here. Miss Patty, you
Thank
just
you.
in time.
That's just
Thank
in
you
time.
from Coach Bird.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
She brought me a little bitty package of Christmas trees. You got the big family size package.
That's the good deal right there.
All right, next question. Who we got? Just raise your hand and Lane will come to you.
I got one for Mr. Elijah. I know he's been around the team a bunch. He has a question for you, Coach.
Okay.
Coach, give me some advice on how to be a good football player.
Some advice on how to be a good football player. Number one, you got to be coachable. You know what coachable means? You got to be able to listen and follow directions. If you can do that, you can be a really good football player, okay?
All right, good question, Elijah.
All right, over here, guys.
Coach Dizer, how important is our district ranking at the end of the regular season play?
As it relates to playoffs, you want to try to make that top four. That gets you a bye week, and also
In the first round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, you'll host home game in that semifinal round. And so, all those things some of those things are out of our control. It's determined by other teams playing other games. And so our focus is on Ruston. We understand none of that's possible if we don't take care of business with Ruston. And so that's where our mindset is.
I got you. Good question. That's from Sandy Henderson, and I think she's got some folks who absolutely sent it to her. We got time for one or two more. Anybody else? Any of the football guys in the back? I see Sam Turner's got one. Sam Turner's got one. No, he doesn't. He just raised his hand. Ty George, there's Brody Thurman.
Yeah, Brody Thurman's got
one. All right,
one.
Brody's got one.
Did you have fun today, Coach Dizer?
I don't know where they got the news. I had a rough week, man. I've been having a blast.
Well, I guess it's just a Neville week. We want to beat Neville so bad, but that's why I guess I pointed out to the fact that, look, everything's still ahead of you.
Absolutely.
Everything's still ahead of you. District championships on the line against the Ruston Bearcats. They're giving us the wrap-up signal. Patty Thurman, Fan of the Week. Give her a nice round of applause for being with us. Thank you for all you do.
Another week.
We've got a half. Our theme of the week, Coach, is what?
Finish. We got to finish.
Got to finish.
Strong.
You've been listening to Inside Rebel Football, where tradition meets tomorrow.
Broadcasting from a busted-up bait shop on the banks of the Washita, this is Classic Hits, LA 105, KLIP Monroe.